Hi there, BookTube! My name is Cristina and today I'm back with a tag video, and this is a very long due tag since I was tagged by lovely Annie from Annie's Bookish World in like September probably, so yeah, I'm just a little bit late, but this is the 20 questions tag and there are 20 questions, as the title says, of course, and they're all bookish related, so it's a nice way to let you know me a little bit more as a reader. And without further ado, let me jump right into the questions. And just one short information: this tag was originally created on Goodreads, and I will leave the link down below to all of the questions so that you will be able to go and check it out. And let's get to the questions. I have here my computer and let's go! The very first question is: how many books is too many books in a book series? Well, so a trilogy is kind of the perfect number for me. 3 books is just perfect. And then a perfect series, I believe that it's 5 books or like at maximum 7 books, but not more. So anything more than 7 is too much, in my opinion, just because it's very difficult to read such a long story and to love each and every book in such a long series. So usually when there are more than 7 books, I really start to struggle with the story. Question number 2. How do you feel about cliffhangers? I love cliffhangers. They are there for your entertainment, and of course they are there so that you will be more willing to buy the next book and to go on with the story, so I'm perfectly fine with it. Question number 3. Hard copy or paperback? Okay, the old question. So, hardcovers are beautiful, but paperbacks, they're cheaper and they're easier to bring with you if you need to travel or go to work or anything else. So I'll say paperbacks, but hardcovers are just gorgeous. Question number 4. Favorite book? Why? Why would you ever ask to a book lover his favorite book? I cannot name one book. Okay, let's say that today it's, I don't know, Kushiel's Dart by Jacqueline Carey, but it's not my only favorite book. I have a huge amount of them, and each and every time I may say a different title, so let's go with Kushiel's Dart. Question number 5, least favorite book, and here I will go probably with I Malavoglia, written by Giovanni Verga, and it's an Italian author. I had to read that book for, I don't remember which class in high school, and I never finished it. It's one of the very few books that I've never finished, and yeah, one of my least favorites ever. Question number 6. Love triangles, yes or no? It really depends. There are some interesting love triangles, so I'm not completely against them. It's just that very often they are there in order to somehow cover the fact that the plot of the book is very, very thin and there isn't much going on, so we throw in a love triangle just so that it will be a little bit more interesting. So in those cases I usually hate love triangles, but if they're well written, then why not? They can be entertaining, just like a reality show or something like that. Not the best trope ever, but still, well, it's fine. If it's well written, it's fine. Question number 7. The most recent book you just couldn't finish? I don't know. I finished it. Probably the last book that I read was about the Victorian underworld, and I cannot remember the name of the author. Thomas Donald Thompson. I cannot remember. I will put an image here with the name of the author, and I finished that book. It's just that it took me so long and I fell in a horrible slump, so this one, even if I finished it, and I actually enjoyed it, it was very interesting, but I struggled. Question number 8. A book you're currently reading? Well, 1 minute ago I finished reading the first manga in the Magic Knight Rayarf series by Clamp. Question number 9. Last book you recommended to someone, and I just recommended to one of my best friends, Magic Knight Rayarf, and I will bring her this first volume this Saturday, I believe. Question number 10 and 11, I actually have no answer because they are oldest book you've ever read and newest book you've ever read. And I cannot remember. Actually, I read some classics, so they are pretty old, and I sincerely don't know what's the oldest one. Question 12. Favorite author, and here it goes just as for favorite book, because come on, just one author? I don't know, I love Neil Gaiman, I love Terry Pratchett, I love Tolkien, I love Martin, I love Carrie, I love J.K. Rowling. I don't know, I have a lot of authors that I really admire. Question number 13. Buying books or borrowing books? Well, I will go with buying books just because I'm one of those people that needs to own a book. I really love the feeling of owning a book, but then there's nothing wrong in borrowing them. That's amazing. Question 14. A book you dislike that everyone else seemed to love? Well, on the top of my mind I may think about Twilight, even if I've not exactly hated it. I remember enjoying the first 2 or 3 books, but then the last one was just horrible from my point of view, of course. So Twilight, but then now it's like okay to hate it, and less people seems to still admit that they loved it. So let's change and go with Fallen and Vampire Academy. Vampire Academy is so well loved here on BookTube by so many people, but actually I've read till the 3rd book and no, it's a huge no for me. I DNF'd that series, that's it. Question 15. Bookmarks or dog ears? Bookmarks. Now and forever, bookmarks. I cannot make myself like folding the page and creating a dog ear. I literally prefer to memorize by heart the page on which I stopped so that I won't need to like fold the page. Question 16. A book you can always reread? Well, I have quite a bunch of them, all of my favorite books, so all of the books from the Harry Potter series, Stardust, I reread it countless times. The Philip Pullman books, I reread them quite often. All of my mangas, I love mangas just because I may reread them so often. I genuinely love them for this reason. Question number 17. Can you read while hearing music? Yeah, I always read while listening to music, just because I listen to music always during my day. When I commute and when I'm at home, when I'm at work. If I have no other colleagues in the office there, then I will just put a playlist on a very low volume and I will listen to it while working. So I always listen to music, and that's the reason why I may read while listening to music. Question 18. One point of view or multiple points of views? Points of view. Well, it really depends from the book and from the story. If it's just for the sake of having too many points of view, then I don't love it too much. And then if we have different points of view, then the characters need to be very different one from another. So I like to be able to understand immediately whose point of view it is, even without reading the name like written at the beginning of the chapter. Then in that case, I love it so much. But if it's just for the sake of having too many points of view and just to like make the story too long for no purpose, then no. But otherwise, one point of view, multiple points of view, it's up to the author, and I just love to follow a nicely written story. Question 19. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? Usually it's multiple days, just because I have a very busy working day kind of schedule. So I just have a little bit of time while commuting to work and then while coming back, and in the evening I work a little bit more at home, so I have no time to read. And I used to read before going to sleep, but now I rarely do so just because I'm so tired in the evening. So it takes me multiple days to finish a book, but then there are some small exceptions, like for example mangas. I usually finish them right in one sitting, or even some books. If I start them during the weekend, then I'm able to finish it in just one day, but that has to be like the perfect day when nobody calls me, nobody needs me, I don't need to go anywhere, and I may just lock myself inside my room and live here with a book. And it's so rare, but so precious. Such nice moments. And the last question is, who do you tag? And I would love to tag Girlbao Library, because I would love to hear her answers to some of these questions. And the second person will be Rivali from Le Petit Photographe, just because, again, I would love to know what are her reading habits. And this was it for this tag. I hope that you enjoyed it, and please let me know down below some of your answers, or if you agree on some of the things that I said or strongly disagree. It's always nice to hear a different point of view. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very, very soon in the next one. Bye! Ciao!